While cats are typically loners, it doesn't mean they are antisocial. Having another cat around can lessen the boredom and loneliness when you're not around. Another benefit to having two cats is socialization. A cat who has been around other cats from an early age is generally more likely to tolerate being around cats later in life. Which is a good thing if you plan to adopt more cats eventually. For this reason, the best option is to adopt littermates or at least two kittens from the same litter. However, what if you are introducing a new cat to your existing resident cat? Then this video is for you. This new cat-old cat introduction requires proper and delicate handling as cats are territorial and by default will not be inclined to coexist with a cat that they are not familiar with. Poorly managed introductions are often a reason for cats being returned to shelters. However, it is not an impossible task if the introduction is properly planned and managed carefully, along with much patience on your part. With that in mind, let's review 3 steps you can follow to ensure a smooth introduction between your residential cat with a new one. The first impressions are critical. You do not want both cats to hiss at each other during their very first meeting, as it will set the tone for their future relationship. For this reason, it's best to set aside one room for your new cat, isolated from the resident cat. The two cats should be able to smell and hear, but not see or touch each other at this stage. Each cat should have her own food and water bowl, litter box, scratching post, bed, etc. On the day of arrival, the new cat is bound to be scared and stressed by the new environment. Allow her to settle down and come out of the carrier cage on her own. It's a good idea to have a fell-away diffuser in the new cat's room and another in a part of the house where the resident cat usually spends time. This diffuser reproduces cat facial pheromones that are pacifying to cats and helps lower their stress. Feed the cats near the door, separating them so they learn that coming together results in a pleasant experience. It is also important that you have switched the resident cat over to a routine of meal feeding, rather than free feeding. You want to set the stage for both cats to start experiencing shared activities, and scheduled eating times are the best way to start. After a few days, if both are relaxed by each other's presence, switch the cats' locations so they can investigate each other's smell. This also allows the new cat to explore a different section of your home. Remember to carry out this swapping without both cats seeing each other yet. After a week or so, when you see no signs of aggression at the door, you can let the cats see each other. Get the help of a family member or friend so that someone is supervising a cat at any time. One method is to replace the door with a temporary screen door or a tall pet barrier so that the cats can see each other. Otherwise, simply open the door slightly ajar, enough for them to see each other but not wide enough to fit through. Both you and the family member will each play with a cat separately, while allowing both cats to be accustomed to each other's presence visually. After about 15 to 20 minutes of play, end the session and close the door, and start over the next day. Continue likewise for a few days, with both sides moving closer to the door each time. When the moment is right, and when both cats are already tired after playing, you may open the door slightly wider to let them sniff noses, or paw each other through the door. If there's no growling or hissing, you can proceed to the final step the next round. However, if one or both cats are showing aggression, go back to step 1. Remember, patience is needed for this introduction to work. The next stage is to permit the cats to learn to be accustomed to each other, without a barrier between them. Like the previous step, it has to be highly managed. So far, positive associations have been based on eating and playing, although in separate rooms. Now that they are in a shared space, you want to continue the same positive associations. Again, get the help of another person in this crucial meet. At the first session of this final step, begin by playing with one of the cats in the room first. Keep her moving and fully engaged with treats or a toy. Next, give the cue for your partner to casually bring the other cat into the room to play. That means you focus on playing with one cat and your partner the other. Increase segments of time for each session, with both sides moving closer to each other. Finally, when both cats are tired, let them interact. Observe and anticipate their body language. If you sense temperatures rising, end the session for the day. If things escalate into a real fight, interrupt them by clapping your hands, or with a noise distraction, to end the session. But don't give up. It will be an ongoing process to get them to be familiar and comfortable in each other's presence. When you finally come to a place where the sessions are not ended by you, but by the cats themselves, being tired and happy after playing with each other, your work can be considered done. In conclusion, following these simple steps will give you the best chance for smooth integration. It is also important not to be discouraged if the initial meetings do not end well. This could be the residential cat is still not accustomed to the new cat and has territorial panic. What you can do is go back to square one and start over. Set swap for a few days and start visual contact slowly again. Introductions, even when done properly, can take up to a few months in some cases. The key is patience and managing your expectations. Once both cats are accustomed to each other, they will play and groom together. That is when all the hard work finally pays off. For viewers with cat introduction experiences, please do share your stories in the comments below, so that other cat owners can learn as well. If you have enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. We upload new content weekly,